Hey everyone, this is Deepak Patel, and in this video I'd like to talk to you about an interesting thing that you might be facing as well. So if you're a financial advisor and you're working for a large firm who most likely have constraint and restrictions on the use of social media, which is true, by the way, because as an advisor you are restricted to what you can do on social media. And that's true for almost every advisor, because I work with many advisors. I'm very familiar with all the restrictions that they have, and the marketing strategies and the sales approach and the client acquisition approach that we help advisors create need to take into account all those restrictions. But the interesting thing is the following. I had a meeting with an advisor from a large firm, and he told me that, well, I can't use social media to do prospecting, to get meetings and all that. And the funny thing is, this is something I'm hearing multiple times from advisors, and this is not true, because I have clients who work in the very same company. In fact, I have had meetings and discussions with compliance departments and team in those very company. So the question really is, why is it that not one but several advisors that I've spoken with or interacted with believe that they can't use social media, where the company have a legitimate process and rule to use social media? And obviously I told the advisor that he is allowed to use social media and that he can go and confirm with his compliance team. So obviously they're doing that now, but it just kind of opens up a simple question as to why would people have that different information and myth. And imagine how much of a loss of opportunity this is for an advisor. So let's say if you're an advisor who believe that you can't use social media for some reason, because you didn't bother to ask somebody, or you just assumed, whatever the reasons are. But here's the big miss. So I'll just take an example of LinkedIn as a platform. I just checked it today morning before I did the video, and LinkedIn reported they have more than 610 million users on their platform. And they have more than 100 million daily active users, which means more than 100 million people all over the world are logging on to LinkedIn platforms every single day to do various things like interact with people, talk to people, watch videos, watch content and all that. So it's pretty big. Now if you are an advisor who wants to get client and grow their practice, and your company is allowing you to use social media, and not only that, I have clients working in that very company who have been able to get meetings through use of LinkedIn. They have also been able to get client and signed up over $1 million asset, if you will. That's what happened to one of my clients in the very same company, which means you have your peers using the platform and getting clients, and you believe that you can't use the platform. So there is a big gap here, and if you're an advisor, I would highly encourage you to go and check what you're allowed to use, and really go 1-2 step below, because they may say, yeah, you can't use everything, but then ask them, what can you use? Check the compliance rule, what kind of approval process they have. What do you need to do if you want to do something? What you can do, what you cannot do. In fact, they have a published document which I have seen, that you can take a look at to see what you're allowed to do. And this will allow you to really tap into a pretty big opportunity that you have. And honestly, if you figure this out, like once you know what to do, these platforms are pretty easy to use, and it can get you a pretty good amount of meeting that will help you grow your practice and get more clients. So don't get into this myth that as an advisor you cannot use social media. In my view, in past I had worked with advisors who are like people who are not advisors in other industries, and I do my own marketing. I have no restrictions, so I'm pretty free to use different marketing strategies and advanced strategies and all that. But in a way, the restriction advisor have is actually a good thing, because you don't need to do all kind of marketing anyways, right? You don't really need to use all marketing platforms, and I talk about that in my other blog videos that I have on my website as well. Because marketing can be extremely like, you want to have deep marketing, you don't want to have a broad marketing, and the restrictions that are on advisors will force you to become really deep and good at something. which means what I tell my clients is have a LinkedIn strategy to get clients, and then add a Facebook strategy to that, so that you have two strategies. You always want to have two, not one. And that's about it. You don't need to look into Instagram, you don't need to look into Twitter, you don't need to look into other cold calling, door knocking, seminars, or any of that. Just have a strategy to work on these two platforms, and you should be able to get to your goal of 100, 200 clients, $100 million in asset, or more if you want, because these platforms are very scalable. So anyway, the main point of the video was, if you're an advisor, make sure that you understand what you're allowed to do, what you're not. I can tell you, I've spoken with over 200 plus advisors in the last few months from various companies in North America, and almost everybody is allowed to use LinkedIn. Of course, you need to get approval on few things. That's fine, but universally LinkedIn is allowed by everybody. There are some restrictions on Facebook for some advisors, and you can't use that, and that's fine. But LinkedIn, pretty much everybody is allowed to use to prospect and get clients. So go take a look at it. Don't miss this opportunity to get clients, and it's a great platform. And I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, if you need any help, just send me a message, and I look forward to speaking with you to see if I can help you get more clients. And if not, take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.